Hello and welcome to the Migraine Diaries, a week-by-week account of the making of my game Scotoma and the reason I can no longer physically cry. So, audio. It's my thing, but blimey, is it ever the most marginalised of the creative disciplines when it comes to games? I mean, this is despite being of vital importance as far as I'm concerned. But okay, while it might not be as absolutely fundamental as the game mechanics, great scoring and sound design can assist and elevate the communication of these mechanics and the player's immersion in the game world considerably. You know, like graphics do, which get a lot more coverage, but we're a visually driven species, so it's not surprising that audio kind of gets pushed out. Do I sound bitter? Well, this photo says no. It could be argued that audio is part of the game design itself. Well-chosen sound effects are both functional and immersive. Now, I'll address this in two ways, and hopefully afterwards you'll see what good audio brings to the table and what bad audio steals from it, hides in a napkin and stashes in its pocket. It's a multidisciplinary field, and as I mentioned before, learning how to aid the design on one hand and to deepen the immersion on the other hand takes both skill and time. But the fate of all audio is this. It's one of those areas where by and large the work is actually more likely to be noticed if it's doing a bad job. If it's great, it becomes part of the whole, and because it does, it's pretty much the last thing to get plaudits. That's just how it is, and I'm not so much complaining about it as trying to campaign for greater recognition of its role in great gaming experiences. Okay, let's take immersion first, largely because it's funnier, you'll see. Suspension of disbelief is hugely important for games, particularly those that stray from pure abstraction where graphics are concerned. And this is true of all media. For example, try watching a horror movie with the sound muted. Now that is scary. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Games do sense of place better than nearly any other medium, which for devs looking to build a coherent and all-encompassing world is an absolute gift. It's difficult to create, but it's also an incredibly fragile illusion to maintain as well. A badly conceived sound will take you out of the world and back into your living room even easier than a poor graphic would. Sound works on such a subconscious level that you're barely aware of how it does what it does. Now, going back to what is admittedly my tediously frequent golden boy, Silent Hill 2, and spoilers lie ahead here, and pretty much throughout the video, so be warned. Listen to how the sound design assists every element in this particular scene. And now let's try it with some replacements.
Oh, dear. Oh God, that's a good stretch. Oh. 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 Oh no. Oh God, that smells. Oh. Sorry, James.
Okay, that's a pretty extreme example. Here's a more subtle one, this time relating to scoring work. I thought it was more subtle. So, whether conjuring up fear or melancholy or pure adrenaline, scoring and sound design are a crucial piece of the puzzle. On the game design side, well thought out sound effects can be complementary to feedback happening on screen. Or informative in its own right. Either way, they have to be equal parts informative and totally in tune with the setting of the game. Now, soundtracks and sound effects can become iconic and extend the reach and appeal of the game beyond its immediate audience. They can inform and elevate crucial design decisions from the UI to the pacing. They breathe life into new and exciting worlds and play with your emotions over hundreds of hours of gameplay. Now, I think they deserve more respect, and this knife says I think you agree too. Okay, all done. Come back next week for more ponderings.